So the previous Johnny English film made $8 million in America.
How did they make a second?
I know.
A third.
But
Or a second.
It's a third. But they made 150 million like in England and the rest of the world. So it made 160 all up. But it had a 45 million budget. So it's like it made its money back. But the fact it made $8 million in America, that's a lot of not money.
Yeah.
But
that is
in saying that,
is much not money.
It's much not money. In saying that, it only made 28 million in America in the first film. So it's never made a lot of money. So it doesn't have much to prove.
I wonder if America knows Mr. Bean.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm going to look up the Mr. Bean movie.
Because that's probably the thing.
Alright, Mr. Bean isn't on here. Oh, because it was called Bean Movie, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, like, because I feel like Australia and probably the UK grew up with Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. So yeah, Mr. Bean only made 45 million in America as well.
He mustn't be very big at all.
Yeah, they mustn't even care.
Mustn't be. Yeah, they probably don't know who Rowan Atkinson is.
Totally. That's very odd. What's another...
Yeah,
I mean, he's in Love
strange,
Actually. And surely Americans like Love Actually.
Yeah.
Let's see if that...
Yeah,
maybe that's a big thing as well.
Are they just like, hey, it's some other
dude.
actor?
Yeah, I mean, no, Love Actually only made 59 million. There you go. So the Americans
movie
just
was
don't...
huge.
Yeah, well, it was a very British movie.
That's true.
Maybe I guess the Americans just don't like anything that's not English. That is English.
Don't understand.
Yeah.
I know my sister, like, they probably don't understand the humor or potentially the accent to some point, to some extent. Because my sister went over to America to, for, like, wedding or something or other. And apparently, like, people couldn't understand what she was saying. Like, they met some other Australians in a bar, and all of their friends were sort of, like, turned to them and went, you guys are speaking English, right? Because we have no idea what any of what you just said was.
Oh my god.
And like they're just speaking like we do.
Yeah,
they
right.
Couldn't understand the way that that my sister was talking.
Far out.
And like the rest of the Australians.
That's very odd. That's so strange. Well, I think that we should spend the rest of this podcast worshipping American content. Because welcome to ETTO's NerdCast. Today,
Nice.
with me today is Josh.
Yeah, here I am. I am Sheep.
He's been here for a while, actually.
I have.
Today we're going to be talking all things Marvel, but before we get into all things Marvel, we're talking about all things sadness in video games, I think. We're going to kick off with that, because there's some pretty shit things that went down over the past couple of days.
There's been some crazy stuff. So, Telltale, the company that made, The Wolf Among Us, the Walking Dead stuff, there's like Batman, Guardians of the Galaxy, freaking everything they did a Telltale thing for. Even
Borderlands
and Minecraft for some reason. They closed down. 225 people were laid off. 25 people remain to finish off some stuff.
They're finishing off the Netflix series for the Minecraft story mode.
The Minecraft thing, what the heck?
Of all things that you can stick around to do. No, not the Walking Dead series that everyone's been waiting for, the series that was going to finish everything. No, they have
Madness.
to... The subsidiaries they're like, hey, finish that shitty Minecraft thing. It's like, god damn it. Of all the things that you can stick around for.
No one's waiting for that.
No.
No one wants that. Come on. And like, so people have probably bought like season passes, so chapters and chapters worth of Walking Dead stuff. Not going to get it now. It's gone.
They're going to bring out episode 2. Sorry, I was just gulping some water. They're going to bring out episode 2,
okay.
and that'll be the end. But it's not the end. This series was the end of The Walking Dead, but they're only bringing out episode 2, which means there's like a further 8 episodes, or less, 4 episodes probably, that no one will ever get. You'll never know the end of Clementine's story. Assumedly, it's The Walking Dead. Assumedly, she dies.
Probably.
Just gonna put that out there.
It's crazy. It's a bit ridiculous. I think a lot of people some people are upset. A bunch of people are pissed off, especially the employees, because no one got severance.
Insane.
So that's left a lot of devs sort of jobless and absolutely ruined. They were hiring people up to like a week or two before they shut down, so everyone was just completely in the dark.
Absolutely.
Which is crap. Like, people relocated. Someone relocated across the country to work there and then lost their job like 2 weeks later.
Stupid. It's stupid.
But so yeah, that they're absolutely better off, because it sounded like Telltale are not a good company.
No.
To be working for, or to be fired by, apparently. But the good companies, the amazing companies we all know and love, have reached out on Twitter, which is incredible. So I have a list here that I'll say that I got from PewDiePie's video today about it. So Blizzard, Twitch, DICE, Paradox, Epic, Naughty Dog, 343, who do Halo, Ubisoft, and PlayerUnknown have all tweeted out to the devs.
They've all
from
fired
Telltale.
225 people from their companies and been like, here you go.
That's it.
We've got some spots. Isn't that weird?
So good. But yeah, that's it just sort of shows the power of the power and love in this community that there is, and for companies that absolutely love their industry, love their devs, and are just love what they do, and probably really respected the Telltale games, because I think a lot of people did. A lot of people love these things.
The people that didn't respect Telltale games were the Telltale people, at least higher up, that were like, let's keep milking this idea by making about 100 other things. You know, I mean, I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy, but I would have well and truly sacrificed that for people to get their third season of Wolf Among Us or The Walking Dead. They just kept pumping out all these other things without finishing off the other things that they'd already made. Like, there are countless series, including The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us, that aren't going to get finished because they did series that no one cared about. Like the Game of Thrones series, I've heard nothing but bad about that. Like, most people didn't even finish that series. So it's just, Telltale, you know, the people that work there clearly love creating the games, but the people higher up clearly had no idea how to, like, retain ideas and stick on a path that people actually cared about, and they just wanted to make money, and clearly they didn't.
Yes,
it's very silly.
Absolutely. I think it was to their own detriment that they were pushing out way too much content way too quick. And there was a tweet from one of the devs that said something about, like, all of his
like
major overtime and weekends and all of that. He got no severance, and he basically said, look after yourself, companies don't like you or don't care about you. And it's like, wow, that is heavy. That's huge. So yeah, I think probably for the best. Like, it's unfortunate that a bunch of people lost their jobs, but it sounds like it's for the best that those particular devs lost their jobs and could now work for some of the biggest companies in the world.
It's pretty good.
All these other companies reaching out. Yeah, hopefully they all land on their feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Definitely sucks. But another unfortunate closure, which wasn't as... it didn't seem as prominent in the news.
It didn't get addressed at all, really.
I guess because it's not the entire company closing, and they're doing well with their closure, is Capcom Vancouver had to close down, so that's the company behind Dead Rising. So, yeah, that's a shame as well, but those people got their severance. Says the shutdown will result in a $40 million loss for Capcom, so I'm assuming a lot of that is going towards the severance for
payouts,
the employees, which is good. I'm glad people are getting that. It's a shame they had to lose their job. I don't know what was behind it in this case, but yeah, that's a shame. But it looks like Capcom are sort of doubling up its efforts towards developing the Japanese games, which, you know, Monster Hunter World was massive.
Yeah. And very Japanese.
Year. Was it last year or this year?
It was the beginning of this year. Yeah.
Cool. So that was like record sales for the Japanese studio, and so yeah, all of their focus will now be on their Japanese studios, which is cool. That's great.
That's where they're making their money anyway. So go for it.
Yeah, totally. Yes. So I hope the Capcom devs can also reach out to some of the bigger people that the Telltale guys are also reaching out to, and I hope they land on their feet too. But at least they got a severance and they can survive for a little bit while they look for their job instead of all the crap that Telltale went through.
Stupid.
Ugh.
Something else that was stupid apparently yesterday, Josh. Just tell the people.
Oh yeah, there was this weird Pokemon Go bug thing that happened. So anyone that actually still cares about Pokemon Go, which is probably few of you, I care. There was a community day for Chikorita, which is the second generation grass type Pokemon, where he appeared much more frequently for 3 hours. You could get shinies, all that stuff that happens nearly every month, where everyone just walks around the city aimlessly on their phones for 3 hours straight.
Stupid.
Once shut up. Once that all finished, this weird other Pokemon just appeared. No one's ever seen it. It was just question marks for its name and its CP, which is sort of kind of like its level. And it just appeared everywhere. And if you caught it, generally it just turned into a Ditto. Really weird. But no one knows what it was. It looked like the Snapchat ghost at the bottom, but its head was like a nut, like a screw, like a nut and bolt nut.
Yeah. Right.
Like from a hardware store.
Okay.
Yeah, really strange. So people are like, was that a bug? Is that like a placeholder? Or people are speculating that it could be a new Pokemon, sort of like either an accidental announcement or like a purposeful teaser announcement for a new Pokemon, or a couple of new Pokemon that will appear in Let's Go, Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, which is released in November. No one really knows what the hell happened, but it only occurred for probably about half an hour, 45 minutes in Australia before they all just turned back into normal Pokemon.
Yep.
But then a couple of hours later, Europe had their community day with Chikorita. And then for their next half hour after that, they had the same thing. So it was purposeful. It was absolutely purposeful, but
what is it?
Weird. No one. Yeah, it's really strange. But that's pretty much it. There's a bunch of controversies online you can look up, but I won't go into it because we have many other things to talk about today. Yeah.
Before we dive headfirst into Disney, we're going to quickly, let's just skim over to the waters to Warner Brothers, because Joaquin Phoenix's Joker's film. What an incredible name. What an incredible name.
Is that, I'm just quickly going to look up whether that's his real name or whether that's a stage name.
Because both Joaquin Phoenix and Phoenix are like, that's a double banger right there.
Yeah.
But, yes, no, he, as some of you may be aware, one of the 18 million films that DC are hypothetically working on, but this one, physically, they are working on it, is a Joker origin film that's also not related to anything else. Which, for me, we'll get into in a sec, I'm very excited about. But we've got our first official look at him the other day in like a 10-second teaser video, which was incredible, and probably the most creatively interesting thing that DC have put out in film. So congrats on that, DC. You actually tried. And then along with that, beforehand, we got a few photos of the human, unaltered version of the Joker. Maybe he'd be called Jack. I don't know.
Yep. And a couple of videos and stuff too.
Yeah, and a couple of videos of him on set berating a clown. And then today...
just like phone recorded ones.
Yeah. But then today we got a few photos, set photos from paparazzis and stuff of him on set in the Joker makeup and costume. Whether that's his final form, we'll see. But we've gotten a hefty dose of Phoenix's Joker, which is very, very exciting. Is that his name?
Real cool. His...
Oh, God.
So, it looks like Joaquin is his real first name. Mm-hmm. Raphael is his middle name. And I totally understand why he changed his last name, because his last name is Bottom.
Oh my God.
Joaquin Raphael Bottom. J.R. Bottom.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, Phoenix is a much cooler last name. Man. Sick.
Brilliant. How do you feel about this film that it is?
Can I just quickly say, sorry, I'm looking at his siblings, apparently. So his... Not apparently looking at them, but these are apparently the names of his siblings. River, Summer, Rain, Liberty, and Jodin.
Wait,
Jodine?
Is River Phoenix his brother? Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yo.
Oh my
River
God.
Phoenix, Summer Phoenix, Rain Phoenix. So Liberty Phoenix.
Wait, does that mean that they all changed their last names?
Maybe. Yeah, what?
Does that mean that River... no, Bottom can't be real then.
Well, the last one is Jodine Bottom.
Oh, wow. So they must have all gone to the same art school and gone, okay, guys. Yeah, River Phoenix was River Bottom as well. That's incredible.
And he's got another... Oh, interesting. He's got another name, Leaf Phoenix.
Oh, God.
Which goes along with his siblings, River, Rain, Liberty, and Summer.
My God.
Leaf.
This isn't a real family. This is an apocalypse.
I love this podcast already. This is amazing.
Yeah, I want to dive into the Phoenix. We should do a podcast all about the Phoenix Bottoms.
Let's...
Not even about those people, like the animal's bottom. Wow,
what
okay.
the hell?
So FYI,
right.
River Phoenix played young Indiana Jones in Last Crusade. That's why it was like, why is Phoenix so familiar?
Cool.
And also in the TV series. So, yeah, how do you feel about this Joker solo origin film?
I'm very keen. I'm just keen for Elseworld stuff. I don't care that... Like, I guess I do somewhat care that they've totally messed up their normal universe, but if they're just going to do, like, side stuff that's really weird and completely, like, one-shot, completely unrelated to everything else, sick. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just give me some good DC movies, with an interesting story.
Totally. It's, like...
Great.
Like, I was thinking about it, looking at my top-tier films, they're Marvel ones, because DC haven't made a superhero film recently that could be in my top tier. But, like, looking at them, you got Iron Man, which is completely separate to anything, because nothing existed yet. You've got Guardians of the Galaxy, which is completely separate to everything. Sets up a few things, but, like, it's its own thing. You got Logan, which is its own thing, sets up, like, whatever. The other ones, Infinity War and, I guess, Ant-Man, maybe. And even Ant-Man is kind of separate to everything. So it's like... What works, for me at least, is films that do their best to be their own thing, are unique and creative. And this is what this film is probably going to be, because it's not connected to anything, and it's got some pretty high rollers attached to it, so I assume it'll be very creative. So, I'm very excited for it. It could be DC's cool. Logan. Hopefully.
Yes. Yeah. So, have they said if Batman's in this or not?
He's definitely not.
What? So, what's it going to be? Is it just going to be the Joker being
It's all about
bad?
the Joker, yeah. I guess it's his life, and then at some point he becomes the Joker. No.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
So okay. I'm very excited.
Cool. Yeah. I wonder if they're just going to, like, throw in, like, a Batman in, like, the last shot or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Just Batman, like, landing on a car in front of him or something. And just being like...
And it's the Batman for the Batman. Like, it's the new actor they've got or something. That'd be cool.
Sick. Yes.
I assume he would talk like that as well.
Yeah, that would be
sick.
Good.
But yeah, I'm very excited for that. I assume that's next year. I'd make that assumption.
Yeah, is there no official release date for that yet?
I just don't know it.
Okay. Joker movie release date?
Here we go.
4th of October 2019, so nearly exactly a month. A year, not a month.
Good, Josh.
Shut up, Josh.
But let's move on up inside Disney. And before we dive straight headfirst into Marvel, because that'll be the back half of this podcast. First off is that Bob Iger, Disney's CEO, has admitted, surprisingly, that Star Wars once a year is maybe too much. A little too much, a little too fast, as he put it.
Where would he have gotten this idea?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that Solo is the lowest rated theatrical opening, and just it's made the least amount of money in Star Wars' history. I'm actually almost certain that the re-release of of A New Hope made more money than Solo.
That's crazy.
Which is stupid because
insane.
Solo is probably one of the best Star Wars films, and so that's probably why he's like, let's slow down.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. That's it's good though. I think
It's very
that's
good.
great information. Yeah, slow it down like one every 2 years or more.
Yeah, like there was a 2-year break for the originals, wasn't there? No, there was a 3-year break because you had 1977, 81, and 83. So
Yeah.
or 80, 1980. There was a 3-year gap.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Probably like in saying that back then would have taken a lot more time to make a film, especially with the sort of like
What they're doing.
What do you call them?
the visual
I kept
effects.
thinking physical. Yeah, visual effects. I meant like
Practical?
physical effects, not that practical effects. That's the one.
Well,
Thank you.
Empire Strikes Back's opening Hoth sequence was still being worked on, I think, 3 weeks before the film came out. They were still in previs of that whole sequence. So,
That's sick.
yes and no.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes and no,
Alright.
it took more. But also, like, at the same time, which it always, whenever I'm like, oh, people are like, Marvel fatigue, Star Wars fatigue, blah. It's like, James Bond came out with a film every year for about, like, 18 years. Like, there was a new James Bond film every year.
Wow, I didn't know that.
From
That's
Dr. No.
nuts.
Yeah. I think only until like halfway through Roger Moore's films they broke it to like a 2-year gap, but it was a new film every single year, which is like
That's
insane.
crazy.
And they're all very good films, and they don't all feel the same. And clearly, people kept seeing them because we're getting a new one in 2 years. So, the idea of fatigue is not there. I think it's more so the same thing as DC. I think Bob Iger's been like, okay, so we thought we knew what we were doing because Marvel had done it, but clearly we haven't. Let's take a step back and let's actually plan this. Let's actually go, okay, how many do we need? Like, Star Wars is not the same as Marvel or DC, because Star Wars doesn't need a film a year. You're not building to anything. You're just releasing things in this universe, so you don't need to be as quick. There's nothing you're building up to.
Yeah, you don't have to link things together from like 10 different movies.
And I think one of the problems with, like, Solo was that a lot of people assumed it was going to be something that linked, and they were like, oh, I don't have the time, like, I don't want to have to rewatch everything, and it's not. It's its own thing that's actually going towards something else. So yeah, I think, I'm hoping, yeah, this step back is a good move for Star Wars. And they've also got, like, television series coming out the wazoo. That's another thing we've got to talk about in Marvel. But they got television series coming out the wazoo for Star Wars, so it's like, just, you've got enough Star Wars to go around. Let's just take a step back.
Yeah. Absolutely. One of the podcasts that I listen to every week called The Weekly Planet, they have their news segment at the start as well, and every single week there's Star Wars news, and they've just got this bit going that, like, one of the people is, like, one of the hosts is like, oh yeah, there's Star Wars news, and the other guy's like, oh my gosh, you kidding? Like, again, every single time. And there was one week where they were like, all right, next week I promise no Star Wars news. Well, they did that for ages, and then the following week there would be some sort of major Star Wars news. Every single
Always.
time. It happened for about 4 months. There was new Star Wars news every week. It was crazy. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully the slowdown will slow down that as well.
Yeah, maybe. Because, and this is a link, here we go. Let's get a little link going.
Here we go.
Because obviously Disney's streaming service is kicking off very soon, and with that, there'll be brand new content coming straight to that, just like DC's terrible streaming service. But, so within that, there's obviously Jon Favreau's Star Wars series, which is set between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, which will be very, very exciting. And the news of that is that if that goes well, that might be where Solo ends up, and Solo might be the adventures of Solo as a television, as a streaming service series, rather than a bunch of films, which is very exciting. I'm down for a series of Solo. The more of those that cast I can get, I'd take it.
So that would be live action as well?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah,
So
I dig that.
I'm well down for that, especially if we can get Ron Howard on board. I'm all good. We're all good to go.
Sick.
And linking that, diving headfirst into Marvel, is that through the streaming service, we'll also be getting streaming shows of Marvel characters, and the intention there would be to have the actual actors from the MCU, so these would be MCU-based television series, and I don't know where these names have come from. It's a very highly doubt for one of these, but the two leading frontrunners of having their own shows are Loki and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, I saw that and was like, what?
It's very strange. I think,
and also spoilers, right?
Yeah, probably. Well,
unless I'd
say it's a prequel.
Yeah, unless it's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I first heard that, I was like,
especially
what?
Scarlet Witch. Loki is very easy to do because you've got him years and years of being on Asgard. I was saying my thing with Loki would be to give him a show by Taika Waititi that's like a Fresh Prince of Asgard. Like it's a Loki being a dick on Asgard. It's really laid back and it's real fun. And it's really glossy at the same time, like Taika did with Asgard. But that's what you do with Loki. You put him on Asgard. Maybe it's his time as the king, but then you'd need to pay Anthony Hopkins or something. I don't know. You could probably find a loophole around that. But there's plenty to do with Loki.
Right.
Scarlet Witch, it has to be set post Avengers 4. She hasn't done anything yet. She's not interesting until Avengers 4. So it's like,
yeah,
you've got to do something post, So
which means you'd also have to have Viz,
I guess,
in there.
It's just a cooking show. And every recipe they do, he just adds paprika. You know the word.
I tried to say it then as well, and I stumbled it. Damn it.
Paprika. There we go.
Paprika.
So, yeah, there you go. There's going to be MCU-based shows on the streaming service. Along with that, is that I glanced at this news story this morning, that the Netflix series are all coming to an end, unsurprisingly. There's not going to be any series after Daredevil Season 3, which drops in December, because it'll...
Really?
Yeah, because, I mean, in that sense, they will be jumping over to the streaming service, and that's probably where they'll continue. But Netflix won't be getting anything else.
Okay.
Because they're already pulling all their movies, so they'll pull the series and put them over there.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah,
cool.
What shows would you like from the Marvel heroes? Do you have any ideas for a show? You got something to pitch?
Oh, man. I don't know. I would love more animated stuff. Mm-hmm. You know me and cartoons. I watched a cartoon this morning and cried.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a
I'll tell you more about that later. But yeah, I would love some more animated stuff, like the what's the Marvel Heroes up? Marvel Rising. Mm-hmm. That's the one. Just stuff like that. Fun little stuff that's like maybe kid stuff. Let's throw in some gritty stuff. Although that's probably where Netflix. Like the Defenders and stuff come in. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. I just seem to be getting everything I want anyway, and more than I can handle. So, I don't. Yeah,
I want
Fantastic
a Rocket.
Four. Let's do that.
Fantastic Four series that works.
Yeah,
I want a Rocket and Groot series, a buddy cop series of them just being like dicks.
Animated as well?
No, full live action.
Okay, cool.
We've had animated Rocket and Groot. We've done that. Let's do a full series of live action with Bradley Cooper and stuff. Because the animated series is great, but I want
a prequel.
Yeah, it could end with them landing on Xandar, and then you're like, oh, here we go.
Nice.
I think that'd be good fun. And what else? I just want if they're going to make these shows MCU steeped, assumedly that will also flood into Netflix, and I just want Spider-Man to catch up with Daredevil. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Yeah. I would love
Spider-Man
for the
should be a TV
MCU
series. It shouldn't be a film series. It really shouldn't.
Yeah.
It should be a TV series.
Yeah,
There's a reason that's always a series.
I would love just the Netflix series and the MCU to combine, to actually come together. In Avengers 4, please.
Please.
That would be so freaking cool, man. Imagine that. Imagine if they held on to that until the movie's release.
I mean, judging by everything they held on for Avengers Infinity War, they could do it. They could very, very do it.
Oh, it'd be so
Please.
Cool. I don't know what the Defenders would do.
No.
Though, because
Luke Cage
they're
would
not
just
that
stand in front of
superpowered.
someone.
Yeah. But man, that would be sick.
Jessica Jones wouldn't do anything because she doesn't use her powers at all.
Yeah, she'd just jump and lift a car.
Yeah, thanks, Jess. But something that is... So, there you go. TV series coming to a streaming service that you'll pay for if it comes to worldwide. Assumedly, hopefully it will, because that's how they make money,
That
DC.
you will pay for.
Yeah.
I like that, because everyone's going to.
Yeah, unlike the DC service. But, I mean, they've locked that off to a continent, so nice.
It's so annoying. I would
dumb.
pay for that. I want to watch those series on that.
Yeah, Teen Titans. I've seen... I mean, we've got to get to the meat of this podcast, but... I mean, we've had a lot of meat. We're talking through salami at the moment, but... I've seen a clip. There's a clip for Teen Titans with Robin and Nightwing, the two actors. Robin has the most... I want to say the word. I've said the F-bomb heaps on these podcasts. He has the most fucked up looking head. But he looks like Robin. Like, he has the oversized head of Robin. So in this like really short clip, I'm like, oh, Starfire still looks like shit though. But yeah, no, I want to watch that show too.
I don't know how you make a TV series live action girl orange.
Yeah.
And look normal.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't understand.
Like,
so they
I
just
guess
went,
they pulled it off in Guardians of the Galaxy with like gold people and orange people and green people and stuff. But I don't know how you do it for like a movie series.
Yeah.
Sorry, for a TV series.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it'll be good. It won't be, but maybe it will. Something we know will probably be good is Captain Marvel. We got our first little pictures of her ages ago, and we got the trailer this week, and it was it was good. It was a good trailer.
It was very good. It got Will all excited.
It did. I hated the end of the trailer, but I loved what was the other. I just hated the end when she's like, "I'm not what you think I am." It's like, fuck off, mate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That whole ending, I was like, damn it, no!
That line was a little bit generic, but I loved the final shot of her.
Absolutely.
She's like firing up.
It's that Capcom gif that everyone's seen everywhere forever, and now it's in a movie.
It's so good. Yeah, but I think you and I might have talked about it, or you might have talked about it on your thing. I don't know where I got this idea. But it was pretty like... Parts of it were fairly generic.
Yeah, I mentioned on
that sort of "you don't know what I am."
Yeah,
but it was shown on
Good Morning America.
Good Morning America. Like probably the show with the whitest group of people ever.
Oh yes,
and the whitest viewership,
and the oldest viewership is important.
Yeah, so it probably needed to be fairly generic for them, and now from now on we'll get much sort of more specific trailers, hopefully. But Will's probably not going to watch him.
No, I'm done. That's all I needed.
Okay, fair.
That's all I needed. I'm sending you a picture right now because it's something I didn't mention in my podcast, in my video of it. My audio is also going to disappear for you for a second. I'm just going to wait.
Did just then.
There we go. But I'm sending you a picture. This is something I noticed when editing it. The girl that she says I'm not what you think I am. I mean, I'm not going to generically stereotype, but that is probably a black child, like a young girl that has very black, long, frizzy hair, and you know who does as well?
Oh.
Miss Marvel.
Oh, new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
interesting,
and it's been on the cards very, very heavily that there's going to be a Miss Marvel film or TV series in the future. So, and there's no telling what happens in the 90s, what happens here. Even if it was the 90s, that kid would still be of a certain age to be Miss Marvel. I don't know where they'd want to sit her, whether she'd be Tom Holland age or just a little bit older. But that's the thing that I noticed.
Yeah,
and they made sure not to show her in any other shot. So. Who knows?
Indeed, it definitely, Kamala Khan.
Yeah, they could definitely use that.
The other thing that I'm thinking, because it looks frizzier and a bit more like Afro-like, leaning towards like Ironheart, yeah, Riri.
Possibly. Oh, listen to us, we're just a bunch of comic wanks. It's not. It's just a kid. Go. It's just a kid in a frame.
It totally is.
But. You know, we can speculate. It's a Captain Marvel movie. It's going to be someone. Look, we've already got Coulson, Nick Fury. I mean, it'd be cool to see Maria Hill, although I don't know how young she would look in this film. But
on top of that, let's just keep going on this.
Yeah.
There is, so in a whole bunch of the shots, there's one of the characters who she's with in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Who is of African descent, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
If Captain Marvel in this shot is just like standing up from a table, then she could be talking to her.
Yeah,
and apparently
maybe.
that girl is either the mother or is actually Spectrum, who was also another version of Miss Marvel from a while ago and can turn into light.
Yeah, so maybe that's a mum. And then
she's
pregnant in the movie, and then in the future, she's like, "Where's your mum?" She's like, "Oh, she died in a Air Force crash." And she's like, "What's your name?" And she goes, "Kamal."
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
Right.
There you go. There's our fan theory.
Any of them.
I liked this trailer. The one thing it revealed that, I mean, it's kind of obvious, because the Kree Force is a bit of a shit place to be, is that Jude Law's character is kind of probably going to be the bad guy. Like, Marvel will probably be the bad guy. There's a shot when she clenches a fist with all the fire, he's standing in front of her, so...
There is a lot of speculation as to whether he will actually be Marvel or whether he's some other bad guy.
Yeah.
Because people have been able to name like the entire team that she's with on like the Kree planet or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
And I can't do that at this stage in my Marvel knowledge, but hopefully one day I'll be able to do that. But
I've seen another name popping up.
Yeah, some people have named him someone else who has been one of Captain Marvel's big villains. So I think everyone speculated that he would be Marvel or the original male Captain Marvel.
Well, he was cast as that, but I think it was probably a diversion.
Okay, yeah, cool.
He was officially cast as that, but yeah. Marvel's done it before. The other thing I'm wondering is Nick Fury. What if in all of the shots they've just CG'd, because they CG the eye patch, what if he has his eye in the movie? What if they just cockblock us showing him losing the eye, and he has the eye in the whole film? Imagine that. The first shot you see, he's already got the eye patch. You're like, oh, damn it!
That would be
But admittedly, he's got like a band-aid over the eye, like the eyebrow where he would have his eye patch. So, assumedly something happens.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna Chekhov's gun his eye so many times in the film.
There is a shot, like down a hallway or something.
Yeah, he's icing
where
his face.
Yeah,
that's
he's
assumedly
icing
his
his
band-aid.
eye.
That's where he's then
icing
put the band-aid over it later on.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's probably one of the Chekhov's gun thing. But
they're gonna do that.
Very good.
But how are you feeling about this film in general? Because I think my favorite thing about it is that it doesn't, as everyone has already said, all the people involved, they're like, it's not your typical origin film. Clearly, because we're going to learn the origin over the course of the entire film. I like that. What do you feel?
Yeah, I agree. I think you and I have talked about this throughout this week, that it seems to be like 2, possibly 3 different timelines. So there's like the current timeline that we're following where she's on Earth, but then there's like flashbacks to her before she became Captain Marvel, and potentially right up to when she got her powers, and then like a middle timeline of her being in the Kree army and stuff like that. So yeah, it seems like it's going to possibly jump around a lot. And
I hope they do a Westworld thing where you just never know.
Yeah, totally. I don't know how they're gonna do this, but I just want it in my eyeballs.
I don't know how they're gonna do this either.
Very soon.
It's gonna be very exciting. I think it'll be good. I hope it's good. The one thing I think about this film is that it's in a weird time because next year is also Wonder Woman 84, so it's like it's gonna be berated in terms of comparison. Like, those two films are going to be going head-to-head all the year, and it's going to be so irritating because they are their own beasts, they are their own creations. People will just compare them all year, and that's just very silly.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate. Just because they're each of the comic companies, like, big female heroes.
Yeah.
Like, Wonder Woman was the first... sort of big DC female-led movie, and this is the first female-led Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Just let them be. Hopefully, people, they won't let it be, but just let them be their own thing. That would be great.
They'll do well by themselves. Look, I don't think we need to carry on too much longer, but we're just going to quickly talk about Avengers 4, because we're having a discussion this week on whether Avengers 4 would beat out Infinity War for the top spot in terms of box office grossing. Josh, you thought yes. I thought no.
Correct, yeah. I thought it would. I'll give my reasoning, because I don't think I said too much.
Said too much?
Everyone needs to go watch a lot of Jake and Amir right now.
Please, everyone.
Yeah, so I think like people went to see this movie because it was the biggest thing this year. Like people that hadn't seen many or any other Marvel movies went to see this. Like my roommate went and saw it, and he'd seen like 2 or 3 MCU movies out of the previous 16. So he went and saw this, and I just feel like leaving it on that massive cliffhanger, and now it's out on DVD, other people are going to buy it, like fans are going to be showing all their friends this movie, that might introduce a whole lot more people to this, and because of that massive cliffhanger, more people may go see this new, like the sequel film for it. That's my reasoning for why I think it might at least get close, if not equal, if not just beat Avengers 3. But I do understand that maybe that won't happen, but in my head that's sort of a potential idea.
So my reasoning is that people are stupid. Because, look, this Avengers Infinity War was promoted out the wazoo. It was on every building. It was everywhere for a very long time. Like, Captain Marvel's only just gotten its trailer. People are going to be maybe talking about that film. I feel like that won't get as much promo as it probably should. But I think Avengers 4, even more so, can't get much promo because they won't want to reveal anything. The Russo brothers barely showed you anything in the other trailers. I mean, apart from some trailers that showed too much. But I feel like Avengers 4 won't get promo because Marvel won't want to show anything. And people need promo to see films, to care. The reason everyone saw this movie was everyone saw trailers splashed everywhere. So I'm basing it on the fact that Marvel are going to be doing a lot of keeping this hidden a little bit. They don't want to show too much, which people won't then be able to take on. Just like taking from Deadpool the first one, marketing was freaking everywhere. You couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't go to 7-Eleven to pick up a donut without Deadpool's face being on the box. Whereas Deadpool 2, there was nothing. There was like a few trailers and like a gag ad or two, but there was no viral marketing. And that film, it didn't gross very well. The same thing with Solo. They didn't promote that film at all, and not great. Admittedly, as you said, Solo had something shit leading into it. But like taking that, if Captain Marvel sucks, that could also be bad.
Yes, yeah, very true.
Because you had Black Panther leading into Infinity War, which was the biggest film of the year. So it already had a setup that everyone was like, okay, what's next? Whereas this time you've got Ant-Man and Captain Marvel, which Ant-Man did terribly. Captain Marvel, if it's not good, the idea of Marvel will be out of people's minds over a year later. So whether people care enough for this film, not riding off the back of Black Panther, Ragnarok, Spider-Man, 3 massive juggernauts of the box office and of people's pop culture, whereas this one's got Ant-Man and Captain Marvel to ride with. So I don't know if people will care enough.
Interesting. Yeah, okay.
So, but I agree it could. I agree that there's enough of a cliffhanger that people should come back, but people suck at remembering things. People didn't see Rogue One, even though it was off the back of The Force Awakens, which was the biggest film of all time. Still, it's like the 3rd biggest. So, people just are stupid. It's not that I think the film won't be. And also, that I guess that lands down if Avengers 4 isn't good, because it has a lot riding on it. If it's not a good movie, people won't see it.
Oh, that terrifies me that movie is not going to be good.
I mean, I have my expectations are very, very low because it has so much riding on it. It has to make those deaths feel good, but it clearly has to bring back people. It has to give a good resolution to how they do it. But like, I also don't want them to kill Thanos, because what a boring thing, because he's not a bad dude, right? Like if he dies, I'll be like, oh, that's a bit sad. Like, I want them to work out a way to get rid of him without just killing him, because that's a boring end of Marvel movie.
Yeah. I guess no one really dies in Marvel, in
That's
comics
very true.
anyway,
Unless you're a first
just
phase
bring him
villain.
Yes.
Obadiah,
Although,
actually, admittedly, Obadiah, Loki came back, Red Skull came back.
Red Skull came back.
What's his name? Justin Hammer didn't die. Ivan definitely died with his bird. Who else is in Phase 1? That's it, really.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it.
Incredible Hulk, he's still alive. Not Jonathan Ross. Captain Ross, whatever.
General Ross.
General Ross. Betty Brant is not in that film, but Betty Ross is. and she's apparently back in Avengers 4, so that'll mix up the that'll make a love triangle, possibly. Well, no. Here's what they've said. Actually, I've got a bit of news about Avengers 4. Surprisingly,
okay, yes.
We haven't talked about that yet. They've said that she hasn't disintegrated, and people have taken that as, oh, she's in the next movie. It's like, no, it just means she's not dead. Like, they're just going, oh yeah, no, that one did, that one didn't. It's like when we highly likely go to the Soul World, it's just so you don't go, where's Betty? She'd be here. Like, that's all they're doing. But
yeah,
yeah.
It seems odd that they would say specifically one character from a movie that no one's seen.
Yeah, no one's
seen the Hulk movie,
and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it seems odd that they would announce that without that being a thing. Interesting.
I guess it's not really spoilers because it's out on the internet. If you don't want to know anything about Avengers 4, but because they have confirmed that Valkyrie didn't die on the ship with the people, and that she also didn't die from the snapping. And her and Chris Hemsworth are currently doing Men in Black 3. And on Hemsworth's story, he goes, we just finished in London. I'm just going back to Atlanta to finish some Avengers 4 shots. He turns the phone around and he goes, you excited to be on a plane? You know who's behind him? Valkyrie. Who is also going with him to Atlanta to film some Avengers 4 stuff. So Valkyrie is in the film, which is very exciting.
Very good. So can you... I was talking to a mate last night about Avengers 3.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything that said that half of Asgard will let go?
Mm-hmm. Because when Thor's on the ship, he goes, he killed half of my people. Like,
right,
he's like,
good,
these are the things that have left. Yeah. And one of those things.
So that's probably where Valkyrie went
Valkyrie
with the others and Korg and good.
They're all good.
Oh man, I freaking hope Korg comes back.
What a great, because in the most dire film, Korg comes in.
That absolutely means that Taika Waititi wrote himself into the MCU.
Oh god, yeah.
Probably one of the biggest movies ever. That is so good. I'm so excited for that.
I'm excited for Avengers 4 mainly because it's going to be fun, but in the worst way, because it won't be fun, because it'll be very depressing to start with. It'll be the most dire film.
So dark.
But moving from Avengers 4, so we've got Captain Marvel, we've got Avengers 4, then we've got Far From Home, which I'm still kind of reeling that that's the actual title. Like, the fact that Tom Holland did that thing, and everyone was like, and then they were like, yeah, it's official, and we were like, wait, that wasn't a joke? It's actually called Far From Home? Oh my god.
Yeah, he's announced it like a year earlier.
Yeah, and everyone was like, it's like Homecoming. Oh, it's real?
Yeah. Interesting. But you were telling me just before we did this that this is how you said the Iron Man of the new MCU. So it's the starting point. It's the jump on point if you missed everything prior.
If you didn't watch Infinity War, apparently.
Yeah.
It's
like the reset button.
It's the reset button because you've got, and I mean, I guess technically spoilers for Avengers 4, but not really because we all know people are coming back. Because it's been officially confirmed that Nick Fury and Maria Hill will be in this film. The two people that were dusted at the end of Infinity War, they'll be in there.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we'll still have them. I guess Nick Fury will be the granddaddy for the MCU as much as Iron Man is as well. But I think Nick Fury really is the reason the MCU functions. They're in there. You know, it's going to be the beginning of something new. I feel like it's in the sense that Iron Man was the start of something. It's a fresh film without any entanglements of, finding the Infinity Stones or this and that. This is its own film that might end with something that begins the next 10 years of the MCU.
And hopefully Marvel are actually able to make a really good Spider-Man sequel. Because often they're a little bit not great.
Well, apparently Spider-Man 2 is the best one, but I don't believe that.
Interesting. Yeah. It's been a while since I saw it. I remember really enjoying Spider-Man 1, and Amazing Spider-Man 1, and Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yep. The first.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen any of the any of the other Tobey Maguire movies.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a few years since I've seen Amazing Spider-Mans.
Yeah. Hopefully they stick the landing. I guess then, by the logic that Spider-Man Far From Home is the birth of everything. Sorry, I've just come to a realization. I guess.
Yeah, no, you get really excited when you do this, and then I get excited because you've thought of a thing.
I thought of a thing because you know what Spider-Man's first issue is? It's him.
What's his first issue?
It's him finding the Fantastic Four and going, "Let me be a part of your team." What if that's
Holy
this
crap,
movie?
It is too. Oh my gosh.
What if that's it?
Whoa.
What if that's it? That's why it's the birth of the MCU, because it's like, here's the first family.
What if he's far from home because he somehow travels
He goes quantum
universes?
or something.
Yeah, he goes to another universe and
he's
finds
in
them.
London, so that's the Far From Home. But, yeah, what if he goes even further from home? What if the film actually turns out to be called Further From Home, and you only get that joke if you knew that it was originally called Far From Home?
Great.
What if they release the post-credit scene as Further From Home, and that's the Fantastic Four bit? It's like its own separate movie.
That would be sick.
Yeah, I wonder how they do it. What if they make the Fantastic Four English? Just do that. Where are the Fantastic Four?
What the heck?
They're in England. I mean, every Fantastic Four actor has been English, apart from Miles Teller. It's only one actor. But
I guess that would sort of make sense why, like,
we haven't seen them.
No one really cares about. Well, no one knows them. We haven't seen them. The Baxter Building doesn't exist.
Yeah. What if they're
because
just
it's in another
England?
country?
And what if
imagine if that was the thing, because they've talked about recently Captain Britain movie.
Yeah. Which would be
and
set,
now we're just going to England.
Oh, what if? What if the whole
What the
MCU
heck?
moves to England?
Oh my gosh.
And Tom Holland just uses his normal voice. He's like, I've just been here for a while.
Oh, good.
What a good thing.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
what if that? I mean, the Avengers Tower will be bought by one of two people. It'll be it'll be Richard Reed. It's not Richard Reed, it's Reed Richards. It'll be Reed Richards or it'll be Osborn. Like, that is a definite. And it's going to be one of them will buy that tower. So I think if any film's going to show that, it's going to be the Spider-Man film. So let's find out. It sounds like we're about to watch it.
Sick. Yeah.
Let's find
out. Let's go, Will.
Hit
right
play.
now.
Yeah.
Very good. But on top of potentially, I don't know, this sudden theory of Fantastic Four coming in, Feige has talked about the X-Men.
Oh yeah, we haven't mentioned that.
Now that they've taken over Sony. Sony?
Yeah. No, Fox.
Sony. Fox.
If they'd taken over Sony, it'd be even better.
I'm so lost about all these freaking takeovers. I don't know who owns what anymore. Feige said that they're going to be taking control of X-Men and that they're going to be looking after them. I think was his words, which is
Looking after 'em.
lovely words, and I'm very excited because, man,
It's about time.
they own everything. They have everything now.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want.
I mean, they just need to grab a little bit more of Sony, but then we're good.
Yeah.
No, it's very exciting. Again, X-Men, very difficult thing to implement into this universe. Like, I have no idea how they'll do it, but by all means.
Maybe just go Far From Home.
Just go
They're
Far
all
From
English.
Home. Yeah, they're all English. So many. I mean, half the Marvel universe is cast are English cast, so why not?
That's it, yeah. And then they could just shoot it in England, and then the whole cast can just be with their family all the time because they probably live there.
It's fine.
How good would that be for all of the cast? Brilliant.
Weird thing. Do you want to be in the film? Maybe. Can I be near home? What? Do you want to be in a Marvel film? No, I want to stay near home. Is that okay with you? What a weird requirement. But yeah, no, it's very exciting to have the X-Men. I think the biggest thing that also comes from this is what the fuck is happening with Dark Phoenix and New Mutants? What are those films? Dark Phoenix is still shooting.
What the heck? I could hear you just a little bit then, stumbling over New Mutants.
Yeah, New Mutants.
It's like New Mutants.
I got a bit of a rant, so I just couldn't say the word mutants.
Good.
But yeah, I don't know if those films are ever going to come out. They might as well not. Like, no one's waiting for them.
Yeah. Is anyone like? Are these anyone's favorite movies? Does anyone actually really enjoy these movies?
Surely the only movies that people like are X-Men 1, because that one's actually still pretty good. Logan.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's it.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. Maybe Days of Future Past. Maybe someone liked that movie. But
that was alright. Days of Future Past was okay.
That was a very comic book movie, which was very exciting.
It was pretty good, yeah. A lot of time traveling around and stuff. It was cool.
But no one needs another movie, 80s movie, which I assume will now be 90s because they're doing it every 10 years or some weird shit. I don't know. But yeah, no one needs another one of those. No one needs New Mutants because that's not going to tie to anything because they're going to reboot that whole idea. So just shelf those movies. Bring them out on a box set, one of those 2-packs that just have the posters and it says 2-movie collection, but the videos are usually no relation. Like, they're just 2 movies in a box. Just do that.
Straight to DVD.
Yeah. Go for it.
Can you imagine if they did that? It was like a massive Marvel franchise.
Yeah, they're just like, straight to DVD, it's fine.
And they're like, straight to DVD.
Straight to DVD, not even Blueray. They don't even bring it out on Blu-ray. They're just like, just DVD.
Straight to VHS. Straight to cassette.
Straight to Laserdisc.
It's an audiobook.
Yeah, no, it's very strange. It's very strange. Yeah. But there you go. That's we've jerked off Marvel
all of
enough.
The news and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so much. Before we finish up though, what have you been doing this week, Will?
What have I been doing? I've been working.
What have you been up to?
Doing some work at the old ABC. You can check out what I've been working on the Triple J YouTube channel on the YouTube. Just look up What Is Music. So I've been doing that. I played Transference for the channel, and I want to finish off that game. It's the VR. Well, it doesn't have to be VR. It's the game by Elijah Wood, and like It's not Shutterstock. That's a royalty-free image website, but something like
images.
that. And it's very good. It was a lot gooder than I was expecting.
It looks it. Yeah, it looks really cool. The turning looks a little annoying though.
It's a bit uncomfortable, especially in VR. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah. I don't understand why they didn't just make that smoother.
Yeah, I get it when you're doing like the Spider-Man VR game, which we played, and I'll put that up at some point. I get that snap because you want to be looking somewhere very quickly. But this game, you don't really need to look anywhere quickly at any point. It's fine. And I've also been playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is very, very good. I'm going to go play that as soon as I finish this.
Nice.
And yeah, that game, I will see. But it could be like my second game of the year, like my second highest game of the year.
Okay.
Because it's just, I'm really enjoying it. But I've also been watching Maniac, which we both have been doing. I'm only 3 episodes in, and I don't know if I like it yet.
Okay, fair enough. I think it gets gooder from here.
Good. I'm glad we're using gooder.
I'll say that. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely. I've just been
point,
waiting for the different situations. I'm like, that's the thing that you sold this series on. Like, I'm bored of all this shit.
Basically, from episode 3, that's when it starts happening.
Good.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Cool.
So
I want to see Gangster Squad Emma Stone. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. Oh, what I really liked, which it's not too much of a spoiler because it's in the trailer anyway, is fantasy Emma Stone, because she doesn't look like she doesn't look like Emma Stone at all. I don't know who she looks like
Stephanie
someone,
Bendixson.
Yes, absolutely.
I saw the filming pictures
weird.
for that, and I was like, oh wow, this looks like a real cool show. And then like the next day they were filming pictures of her in her like tan coat in the middle of New York, and I was like, wait, what is this? Is not the same show.
Yeah, super. Yeah, it was good. I dug it. It says, can you explain something to me? It says limited series on Netflix. Does that just mean this is a one-off and it's never going to be another thing?
I think it's either that or it's limited to Netflix. I think it is limited in the sense that it ends. Like,
Yeah.
they're not
I would
going to do
assume
more.
so. And
yeah.
yeah, by the ending, I would also get that.
Yeah, cool. Good,
But
good. Yeah, no, limited series.
Interesting.
But I believe that End of the Effing World was a limited series. I still want to make more of that for some reason.
It should have been.
But what have you been doing, Joshua Lawrence?
We
I forgot your
also
name.
we both watched. Thanks. We both watched Johnny English yesterday
We did! Oh,
separately.
yeah. Completely forgot about that movie, which says a lot.
Yeah, and it was totally fine.
Totally fine. I will not remember that in a year's time.
Yeah,
I will not remember
Much
that
like-
movie in the slightest.
I don't remember anything about the second movie. I think I
No.
saw it, but I don't remember much about that either. The first one was great.
The first one was
The
great.
other two were probably fine.
Uh,
This one got some gigs. Yeah, it was good.
I had
Fine.
to decode what gigs meant. Giggles.
Giggles, yes.
Yeah, this film was fine. It feels like they just went, don't worry about that other movie. This is the second one. But I was like, you didn't need to. Like, the other movie was fine. It wasn't like you were pretending to forget the prequels or something. Like, it was just a very strange thing because they were pretending like no other movie had happened apart from the first one in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like, it was very strange.
Yeah, I think to some extent it wasn't too bad in that way because it like it was easy for people to jump on and just
absolutely.
watch.
But just as a person, like, as a part of a universe, I was like, this is strange.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you have changed
To actually
the
be
law.
a sequel.
Yeah. Which is odd. But it makes me happy because that, as much as I love the second film with... I don't want to just... I think it was the guy from Get Out. I'm pretty sure it was him in this movie, as his offsider. As much as I loved him in that film, Boff is half of the reason I enjoyed the first film, so I'm freaking glad that he's in this one. Like,
Yeah.
the reason the second one didn't quite hit the lulls was because Boff wasn't in it. So I'm
Was he
glad
not
that
in it?
No, at all.
That's how much I don't remember it.
Yeah,
But,
no.
Wow.
No, he wasn't in the second
He seems like such a
He's
such a
part of
primary
the formula.
character to the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, no, that's why I didn't
Interesting.
quite enjoy the second film. Still, I mean, this isn't a Johnny English podcast, but the second film I enjoyed a little bit more because it went a bit more global and it felt a bit more global. Like it felt like a lot more like a Bond film in the sense that they went to a bunch of different countries and did things relating to that country. Whereas this one,
Yeah, cool.
they went to like Paris and drove and there were some bikes and that was it. Like,
Mm.
they were in Paris, they were in London, the end. It was like, okay. Like, that made it feel very short.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Nah,
it's
fair
fine.
enough.
Go see it if you want.
Yeah. It was enjoyable. It was
Yeah.
good. Like I had I went with a mate and we would sort of like, oh, do we see Johnny English or Christopher Robin? And I'm like, I think I just want something easy. I don't think I want to be emotional tonight.
Yeah.
So let's go for Johnny English. And it was just very easy to just sit and watch and enjoy. It was
Yeah, Christopher
fine.
Robbins accuses you of a lot of things. It made me
Yeah,
very uncomfortable.
I'm very nervous about. I want to see it, but man, I'm nervous about seeing it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cry.
yeah.
I'm probably gonna cry.
Christopher Robin is such a strange film. It's I don't know who its target market is because there's a few things not like sexual, but like just really heavy things that are said in the film that I'm like, who is this for? Like, it's
Okay.
a Winnie the Pooh film, but it's
Yeah,
not. It's called
yeah.
Christopher Robin. But it's like, no, but kids will see this movie and they won't get that. So it's
Yeah.
very odd. But what else have you been doing, Josh? That I haven't.
So this morning I watched Next Gen, the animated Netflix film.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I watched it because I'd seen it around and I'm like,
There's posters everywhere.
yeah, it's so advertised. I saw it so advertised, whatever.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw
right.
it the other day when I was just scrolling through and I was like, oh, that looks like Big Hero 6 again,
Yeah.
I guess. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. It sort of kept scrolling. I thought it was just like a random, totally like, I don't know, like just throw it on Netflix animated
yeah.
film. And then I went out the next day and it's like on the side of buses
Yeah.
and bus stops and like posters everywhere. I'm like, holy crap, I need to watch this movie.
Yeah.
And then it was advertised in the in Johnny English last night
Yeah,
in my
it's
cinema.
freaking everywhere.
Yeah. So I stayed in bed. I woke up at like 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning and I went, I don't want to get up. So I watched the whole movie while just laying in bed. And the amazing thing, the opening credits, It's got the first name, John Krasinski. He's the robot. Next up, Michael Pena, whatever. Story guy from Ant-Man.
Yep. Yeah.
Another one after that, David Cross. Like, it's got like massive people in it. It was very, very, like, I loved it and I cried. This is another thing that I cried in. I was not prepared. But I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of jokes, and this is, like you said before, I don't know who you don't know who Christopher Robin's aimed at. I don't know who this is aimed at, because there is like a lot of bleeped swearing in this movie.
Oh!
Yeah. So Michael, what's his name? Michael Pena?
Pena, yeah.
Pena. So he plays the dog. And like probably the first third of the movie, the dog's just barking and stuff. But then once the main robot comes in, the main robot can understand what the dog's saying.
Oh no.
And so it goes in and out of hearing the dog bark and hearing him talk. And when you first hear him, he's like, "You mother effing get out of my effing like backyard! I'm gonna effing rip your face off, you." It's like, holy crap. And I think the mum swears as well, but that's bleeped or something. It's like, honestly, I don't know who this movie's aimed at, but it was very interesting.
Good.
The one thing that frustrated me a little bit, well, it confused me. The main girl, the little girl's voice, sometimes her voice acting, it just seems odd. I don't know, it was like the way she spoke seemed odd sometimes, but I kept listening to it and I'm like, I know I've had students at school and went to like college and stuff with people that spoke exactly like that. I'm like, it's just impossibly real for some reason.
Oh,
now.
Weird.
It was very strange because it's not how you expect like characters in a movie to like talk. It was odd.
Too real.
It was very strange, but yeah, I do recommend it. It's an hour 45, or probably a little bit less. There's no post credits, so don't worry about that. I sat through all of them.
Why?
Yeah,
you can skip.
Yeah, I don't know. I was on my phone. It's harder to skip forward on your phone. But yeah, anyway, so I did that this morning. That was very good. What else? We both platinum Spider-Man this week.
Oh, we did too.
Last Saturday, I finished Doom. I also started Tomb Raider. I'm not very far into it because I've been super busy this week. Because I went to a gig on Thursday and edited the Fantastic Four video, which took freaking ages.
It was very good though.
I want to do more of those, but man, it took a long time, so I'm going to take my time doing more of them. I have started reading the second Fantastic Four comic, but I'm only a few pages in. I'm finishing off the Inhumanity series, which is the Marvel thing, which comes off the back of the Infinity series from 2013. I'm also a couple of issues or chapters into The Watchmen, which is our comic book club thing for this week. So everyone should be reading that as well to chat to us about it. That'd be real cool.
Oh yeah.
And there was a pop culture shop sale yesterday that Will and I went to, which was a great.
It was a great. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
Dollars
I got a bunch
were spent.
of. Yes, they were. I got pretty much all the Spider-Man PS4 themed pops, which was great. Will got a couple of those and much, much more.
Oh.
Your poor wallet.
Yeah, well, it's the annoying thing that Zing in every store does. They're like, hey, look at our new stock, isn't it sexy? And then they go, hey, look, it's a sale. And then you go, wait, I've bought everything. I'm done. What do you mean there's a sale now?
Yeah, because you have been buying stuff recently.
I have.
Man, you have spent a lot in the last few weeks on Legends figures.
On Marvel Legends, because there's been a Marvel Studios The First 10 Years series, which I was going to get like two or three. I got all of them now, apart from, I think, 2 boxes. There's two more I need to get.
Oh man,
It's very weird. I didn't mean to do it. Actually, I was going to ask.
What do you have
Josh-
left?
Yeah, what I've got left, I've got to get. It's the Infinity War one, which has Thanos, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange, which is a very good set. I'm very excited for that
That's
one.
a triple set.
It's just a triple. Yeah. And there's a video on the internet where a kid goes, "Oh baby, it's a triple." And also another set, which I was going to ask, would you buy off me for $50? It's the Mark 1 and a Tony Stark figure.
Yep, done.
Good. Okay. Because I just want it for the box. Because I want to line up. Because it's the thing with the boxes where you line them up and there's a picture. When I've got room one day, I want to line them all up, and I need the box. So basically, I'm buying it for the box.
Yep.
Yeah. Good. But yeah, so I've got all of them. Yesterday I bought the Thor and not Valkyrie, Sif set. Because I was like, holy shit! I don't think I'd ever own a Sif figure. So that's
Where's
very exciting.
Sif? I want Sif in the movies.
I know.
Okay, there you go. That's my Marvel TV show that I want. I want
Lady
Sif.
Sif. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because where has she
Done.
been? There it is.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
absolutely want that 100%. I read
Totally.
some of her comics and they were great. I want
She's
that.
so cool. She's so cool.
Yeah.
Her Valkyrie and Sif series. There you go. That'd be good.
Done.
Just going around
That would be
drinking and stabbing.
Yes.
Yeah, I got those, and I got my most sought after pop vinyl for a very long time, which is the Spider-Man in his university jacket with headphones on. I've just wanted that pop
So cool.
for so friggin' long, and I'm glad
Very
to have
good.
it. And it was like $15
Nice.
because of this cool sale.
Yes.
So there you go. It's not on anymore. It was a one-day sale, but keep your eyes peeled because it's the first of many Zing fan days that they're going to start doing in the future. So just if you're an Aussie, keep your eyes peeled on the Zing Facebook and Instagram pages.
Peel them eyes.
Peel them eyes.
Very good. We should probably finish up. It was pretty
should.
long. There was a lot of stuff to talk about.
It was a lot of stuff. That's a good length for a
Man.
podcast. I'll take this time to quickly remind you that we are coming to PAX this year at PAX Oz in Melbourne, and you should totally come and see us there. We're going to be there all 3 days, but we will be holding a panel on the 27th of October in the Ibis Hall. Oh my god, well, choose the words. The Ibis
is
Hall
very
at
much the end of the
9:30 p.m.
podcast.
It is. It's when we get tired, but generally we get tired at 11 o'clock. This is 3 o'clock.
This is
but yes,
true. It's only 3 in the afternoon.
it's crazy. Saturday, 27th of October at 9:30 p.m. in the Ibis Hall. If you got a ticket for PAX, there you go. You're in already. But we'll be there all 3 days. Just come and give us a hug or something. I don't care.
Yeah, please do. Come find us and come talk to us. That would be so good. Cause,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we want to meet people. We want to... Yeah, we just want to have a whole bunch of fun that weekend. It's going to be huge. It's going to be
yes.
crazy. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
It's going to be a good 3 days. And also, you can also jump on over to our Patreon. We don't have that much time. I'm finishing up at the ABC soon, so I'll be able to have a lot more time to actually pump out stuff for patrons. So, give us the dollars that you have. Don't spend too much because with this Patreon thing, you won't get too much special stuff at the moment. But if you have dollars, you want to give them to the Patreon, just $2 will get you into our super secret Discord. So if you want to do that, by all means, do that at patreon.com/each-to-their-own.
Yes, please do. The content on YouTube will hopefully be coming much more thick and fast. Now, I think we've had
Thick.
a super busy bunch of weeks lately,
We did.
both of us just personally. Pretty much since just before your 21st. It's
Yeah,
just been
it's just been
manic
constant.
for some reason.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and get back to making more stuff. Straight after this, I'll probably start editing a new video for this week. And yeah, should be great.
very good.
I'm looking forward to being able to do heaps more stuff. So
Oh, yes.
let's get on that.
And remember, you can follow all the social things. I'm at the Doctor of Who on the Tweety and the Instagram. What are you, Josh?
Yeah. What am I on Instagram?
Josh
On Twitter.
Morris? On Twitter,
Am
you're
I?
Sheep.
Am I?
I
So on Instagram, I'm _sheep_.
Oh, that's right. You have changed it.
On Twitter, I am sheep91.
Okay.
Yep. Follow
If
me
for some
there.
reason you want to follow
links,
those, just go for it.
Yeah, links below for that, and all the things, down below.
Yeah, you
There
can jump
go.
on the Facebook and the Instagram for ETTO as well. Yeah. Why? There's some exciting stuff coming up this week. We've got the upload. We've got this podcast that you're listening to right now on Tuesday. And we've got a video from Josh. And I think I'm going to do a review on Johnny English because I just need to get some thoughts out. Hopefully the soundtrack's out by then because I need to talk about that. But there's a whole plentiful, bountiful... let's wrap it.
Let's... Yeah. Until next time, everyone. This is Sheep out.
The Doctor of Who out. Isn't it crazy that Johnny English wasn't watched in America? Isn't it wild?
That it made like $4 million?
It's insane.
Is that what you said it made? That's so bad.
That's what it's made in UK so far, the new one.
Oh, the UK.
No one's seeing this film.
Go see it, people. Give him your money.
It's like a circle of life.
The circle of life.
Johnny English was in that movie. Rowan Atkinson played the bird.
He was.
Circle of life.
That's the circle. There it is. It's back.